Hi families! I hope this long distance learning is bringing you some joy and happiness. I'm kind of having fun with stories and some of the other ways I am getting to communicate with parents, which has been a whole lot more than with just my regular classroom time that I have spent in the past few years. And so I wanted to make some adjustments to schedules, and these are suggestions also from parents. So I hope they help all of you to have a little more flexibility maybe in your schedule. I know you are not able to all do them at exactly the same time, sometimes not even in the same day. It's fine. I know that you're all working hard, and I'm so grateful that your kids are lucky enough to have you with them through this learning experience. So here we go with our schedule. We decided to put 40 minutes of reading together. You can do it in intervals of any amount of time you want, but it would be nice if the kids could spend 40 minutes a day reading. Amplify, a lot of you are using. I think that's going well. Some of you still really enjoy Freckle. That is just fine. Remember to listen to the stories that I'm reading that you find on your dojo assignments. And if you go to Miss Salea's website because you want to hear more stories, there's a place that goes in the reading section, and it's stories online. And there are some other available resources out there if you're needing to hear more stories. We also want you to do 40 minutes of math, and we have already introduced you to Happy Numbers and Freckle. I had a couple of parents who said their children were really enjoying a program called Prodigy, and hopefully if you'd like to look at that and see if it's something your child likes, we may make that another option. We just haven't gotten that set up yet, but it's worth checking out. It might be something your kids really enjoy. Also, I'm doing lessons almost every day on some math, and on Mrs. Salea's website, there is an area where you could actually go to a place and run copies of math problems, because I did have a parent say it would be nice to have some math problems. However, I know everybody doesn't have a way to print them, but that is an option for you also. We'd like you still to do 20 minutes of science and social studies, and I really want you to do the ones that Mrs. Bernhardt suggests on Dojo as a priority, because they're so awesome, and they're going along with plants right now. Brain Pop Junior is also a site you can go on if you just want to do a little bit more. The Dojo assignments are still coming on, usually daily, or at least weekly, and those are in portfolio and class story. I really feel like if you are doing these, you are doing an amazing job. But I know some of you still like to have a little bit more to do, and I do think these are important also, but they aren't a priority. They are optional. For one, PE. Mrs. Hemphill had found a Go Noodles games. That one's really fun. I hope you can get on there and do some of the games. I know Just Dance for Kids is another way, if you're staying inside, that you can get some exercise. If you've got somebody with you and you want to go play in your yard or take a bike ride, that's fine too, as long as your parents know. Music contact is Mrs. Stream on her Dojo page. There's also the Pioneer Facebook page, and I know Mrs. Hemphill has also put some challenges, and she's also has some good recipes that are healthy recipes that you might want to see. Plus other people in Pioneer are putting activities for art projects and all kinds of things on that Facebook stream. One thing I really felt bad about that I know some of you really enjoyed when we were in the classroom together was writing. And one of my students is still loving to draw a squiggle. So you can make these yourselves. Parents, you help them out, and then they create their picture. Do you remember those? And then write sentences about their squiggle page. These aren't hard to do. You can create them yourselves, and I would love to hear back from the students on what they're writing. Another idea is, and I know my class really remembers this, where you have a picture in the back of the room, and when you were the person of the week, you would write a 7-up sentence. I'm going to place some pictures on, and you could write a sentence. I'll put one picture on, and everyone can write a sentence to me. Remember, they have to be 7 words or up. They need to have the naming part and the telling part of the sentence. Don't forget your capitals and periods. And then lastly, I am going to try to do some videos on a personal description and a factual description so that we don't forget how we wrote those, because you guys were rocking those. So I'm gonna do a couple of videos on that, and I would appreciate if you would send me your story. Now, I know a few parents have been having some problems with portfolio. Once in a while I do too, so that is an option to do things on portfolio to get back to me. But I suggested to some parents this week, if your child is doing some work and portfolio is not working for them, you could take a screenshot on your phone and then you could send it to me. And I'm pretty sure everybody has my personal number now. So if you don't, get a hold of me so that I can make sure that you could send it to me in that form. I hope all is going well, and I'm getting excited for us to start our week again. Bye now.